You're listening to the Para House Entertainment Network. Come join us as we take you deep into the fire to the paranormal realms of hauntings, UFOs, ETs, alien abductions, strange creatures, and the vastness of universal consciousness as we continue to seek what is not supposed to exist as we search for the truth that only comes from going into the fire. Good evening, everyone, and happy Memorial Day. I hope you all had a special day today. I hope you remembered the service men and honored them in your remembrance. And I also hope that you did celebrate and have a good time today. It's not about celebration, though. It is all about the honoring and remembering. Tonight, we're back on Into the Far. It's a pleasure tonight to have our guests our hosts on here tonight with Tanya and Billy, and we also have our special guest tonight, which would be Soul on Blaze Beth Allen at the top. She's sitting in here with me, and we also have the wonderful and fantastic Dave Spinks and Jenny. There's no words that can cover you, and Serenity Jenny. So we welcome you all tonight to the show. I'm going to try to do a bio this time. Since I'm going to do two bios. I'm going to let Dave do his own bio because by the time I get through with Jenny's bio, we'll all be sleeping and we'll be. But I owe you this one, so hang on while I go fetch it. Serenity Jenny. What happened to Serenity Jenny? Here she is. Serenity Jenny is Jennifer Schwartzweig, an ME, a MCC, an LPC, an RMT. Serenity Jenny is a licensed professional counselor, a K through 12 guidance counselor, a Reiki master teacher, a psychic medium, an ordained minister, a spiritual healer, and she has also been afforded the opportunity to study and learn from and to be mentored by many amazing healers and teachers. That knowledge, enhanced by the formal education and combined with her gifts of spirit, allow her to stand in truth and power and authenticity. Jenny has extensive experience in the following areas: addiction counseling, grief and loss counseling, mental health, school counseling, Reiki used for stress and reduction and relaxation, spiritual shamanic healing, dowsing, energy clearing, chakra balancing, body intelligence, intuitive counseling and psychic readings, spirit guidance and angel communications, mediumships, motivational speaking, and spiritual mentorships. And Jenny is just a special person. We are so glad to have her here with her other one with him, Dave Spinks. Dave, I'm going to let you have it in just a minute, but I'm going to also do a bio for the other lady right here next to me, which is Beth Allen. And Beth Allen, Soul on Blaze is also known, is from Atlanta, Georgia. Experiences she has had as a child led her to start investigating when she was a teen. Beth is a psychic medium, a holy far Reiki master, and a light worker. Her interest in all aspects of the paranormal. Beth's favorite equipment to use during investigation is her intuition, body reaction, and messages she receives by spirits. And, of course, her favorite tool, the Paralight. Welcome Beth Allen tonight to the show. Next, we're going to have Mr. Dave Spinks. Dave, I'm going to let you go ahead and take it away. Dave is one of the best, part of our soul family. I love this man so much. I've had an opportunity to do so much investigating with him. So please welcome Dave Spinks. Dave, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Just keep it short. Just Google Dave Spinks, paranormalinvestigator.com.
There you go. This group has got a lot of different things going on between it and everything else. Billy and Tanya, or Billy just left for a second, but Tanya, why don't you say hello to everybody and give us your best and say, oh, there's Billy. Here he is now.
Doing good. Enjoyed a long weekend. Unfortunately, it's back to work tomorrow.
Yep. Working, more work. That's all we've been, that's what everybody does. And it's great to have all of us together again tonight. Folks, I'm sorry that Into the Far has been absent for a few nights, but it is one thing after another. We all have our different things we're doing. We're trying to cover all this stuff. So it's a great opportunity to be able to get together, especially with these people. We will be on next week with another wonderful guest, Joe Vitale, and he'll be here to discuss the paranormal. So tune in for that show next week on next Sunday. This is a special night, Memorial Day night, and we're going to talk about a few things. I know that you guys were just in PA. What were you doing up there?
Well,
can you even say anything?
Not really. Due to the sensitive nature of
Not specifics.
Yeah, we really can't talk about the case that we're just helping. Again, an organization to deal with a loss, and speaking in generalities, do what we do. It was a location that was notorious for decades, right? So had tons of activity, and they suffered a loss there, and we were able to help them out with multiple things. We didn't even realize how many layers of skills we were going to use at that place and how deep it was going to go. So sometimes, you go in with one intention and you're called there and we dispatch everything that we do, who we need, what we need, and we end up doing something different. That's just the way spirit goes sometimes. So
another one of those cases that no one will ever hear about that we help people on.
Yeah, it's sometimes people are doing work and doing cases that you'll never hear of, you'll never see on a TV show, you will never see any documentation, but it affected an entire Fry community area, maybe bigger than that. And it's those authentic cases that you never make TV, never make any social media, never make any of these things that literally touch thousands of people. So we're just really honored to be able to do that.
People will never, even the people that were affected by it won't even know what we did in there. It's just a small group that called Jen in. Mm-hmm. And, I was going to do what I do, but didn't even, couldn't even go to that far with it.
Right.
Because you can never, it's just a waste of time. You can't show it anywhere. You can't, so
exactly.
That aspect of it.
That aspect. Yeah.
But
you bring up such a great point. And, I see somewhat, we deal with the paranormal people all the time, and we have a location. Dave, you guys have a location. You had a location, Billy and Tanya, we get to see it quite a lot on Novice Hunts and everything else. So many paranormal investigators are clickbait. They really are just, trying to do an event, want to be famous, follow around, post up all kinds of crap, think that they're everything, their gift to God or whatever. And look, I'm no better than anybody else. I'm just Bear. But, we've spent a lot of time in this field. The number of years in this field around us here is tremendous. But the people don't understand. When we go on paranormal investigations, you may never hear about any of our investigations because we can't post them. We do and benefit people. We're here to help humanity. Yeah, it's great to document cases and to be able to do that in many homes. And sometimes we can do that. But at other times, it's not about anything other than helping your fellow human being understand what is attacking them, because they are dealing with spiritual warfare. Mm-hmm. It's just strictly spiritual warfare. And Jenny, you want to talk, or Beth can talk about spiritual warfare, whoever, you know,
Absolutely.
there's
There's a huge ethical line that is drawn right down the middle of this between professionals and glory callers. So, you know, training's huge. Your own healing is huge. I mean, if you don't go back and heal the trauma timeline and the soul fractures, you're literally going to cause two problems. In EMS, we call that scene safety, right? You go into a scene, you're fully intact. You know what you're dealing with. You're ethically trained to honor the people's highest and best good, not to do a self-serving mission. So it separates the men from the boys, so to speak, and the women from the girls.
Yeah.
It's a matter of ethics. It's a matter of training. It's a matter of healing. And, you know, some people start out and they say, I'm this, and go rushing headlong into it, and they end up being a victim themselves. So, and I'm sure you guys all can attest to that personally.
It's in all aspects of all the fields, though. Whether it's these so-called psychics and these so-called investigators and these so-called Reiki masters and whoever, all throughout all the fields, these demonologists. There's a new show coming on demonologists on Travel Channel. It's a flipping joke, man. I mean, where did I'm not even going to go into it. It just pisses me off so bad. When these people they self-title themselves with no training. Just because someone says you're this doesn't mean you're this, okay? Especially in some of the fields, there's definitely has to be some type of training taken. I don't care who you are, whether it's experience level, investigative techniques, whatever the case. People love to give themselves self-titles, okay, in this field, and various aspects of this field. And it's just getting to the point now where it's just becoming an effing joke. It literally is.
You know, after all the time that I've spent in it, I'll let the other people talk about it and give their ideas. But after all the years that I've spent the paranormal, it saddens me that the paranormal has gotten to the point where it is now. When people are screaming demon, demon at places, especially like Othniel Hall or anywhere else, you know, it is such crap. And I am like going, boys and girls, have you ever experienced a demon before? You know, that's the question. How do you know it's a demon? Because you're not going to be talking about it on TV after you're done with it.
Right.
You're going to be thinking about, am I ever going to be doing this ever again? And how did I get lucky enough to get the hell away from there? And you're not going to be putting it on YouTube because it's probably going to have shit in your pants.
If it's even real, even if it's
exactly.
So, there's so many. Look, you can go online, any one of us right now, and become a demonologist in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man, get real, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, are you serious? I mean, you pay some guy.
I heard something the other day, David. Didn't mean to cut you off, but I got to say this because this is in my crawl. I mean, what do you think about a person saying, "Oh, I'm a trained paranormal investigator. I have a certificate, and I have a national certificate."
Same thing.
Like,
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Same thing.
Yeah, I mean,
I've seen the online courses.
You and me or some little team could have a meeting and say, I'm going to train you in paranormal investigations. Watch this film. That's how you do an EVP. And then give you a certificate? What the frig? I mean,
well, as with anything, okay, experience does count, okay? But if you're a rookie guy, some young girl, whatever, and you want to learn the basics, what do we always tell people? Get with a team of folks that's been around for a while. You go with them, see how they do things, and that's how you start your learning adventure into the paranormal, right? You see how they do it, because there is no real certificates, okay? I mean, someone can teach anyone how to do an EVP session in 5 minutes or less. Exactly. I mean, that's fine and dandy. You're on your way, okay? Paranormal investigator is just a term. That's all it is. Yeah. Anyone can be one. We're not trying to down people. It's just saying, look, you got to get some time in the field, man, and go with people who have been around a while. In other genres, modalities, You need to have training. Okay. I'm not even going to get into what I'm talking about, but you need to be trained before you can just call yourself something, especially if you're treating people for certain things. Okay. You have to have training in those areas. It's almost whether it's holistic healing, holistic doctors, the whole 9 yards. You have to have the training. I don't care what people are saying, but if you don't have the training, you shouldn't be doing that, because you're messing with some stuff that you're going to jack some people's up big time. So it's just like we talked about for years now with these so-called psychics that have come out of the woodwork because of the TV paranormal game, and have said, I'm a psychic medium. Because why? Oh, I'm going to be on TV. Okay, we all have some abilities. Some can tap in better than others. Some are learning to tap in, but there's just not that many real ones out there. I'm here to tell you firsthand. I've been doing this for a long time, and people who are out there are pure charlatans, man.
And you know what, to be honest with you, just a personal page out of our personal book. I've been with him almost every bit of 4 years on a lot of cases, a lot of things. And, it was just this past year with our a very big case. He was in shock. He was literally in shock. He said, you know what?
I put her through the ringer, man, on
it was rough. It was rough. It was like an audition for 4 years.
because of who I've dealt with over the years with some of these charlatans out there. And, I wouldn't be doing my job if I'm sitting there going to believe everything everybody tells me, just because they tell me there's something or they can do this. I want you to show me.
Exactly.
Put your money where your mouth is. Let's go. If you can do it, hey, I'm all for it, man. But if you can't do it and you're half-assed on your, well, I see this and I see that, you're full of shit. I mean, let's be real here. So it's just, I see it over and over again. It's becoming more and more prevalent still yet, because now, guess what? They took off a bunch of the mainstream shows. So now all these other people are, hey, the door's open. We're doing this now. And I'm just like, holy gee. And I mean, some of the people that I see right now that are going to be getting some time on air, they're not who they say they are. I mean, we've got people that created their own sect of a certain branch of church, saying they're and made themselves a high-ranking member of the church they created. Okay, I mean, get real here.
You have to do your research. You have to vet people.
And I think there's, I think there's 5 of them that are going to be on there.
Yeah.
And none of them are from have had the actual training that would give them that title from the main big church.
Well,
I mean, it's getting ridiculous, man.
I agree with you 100%. And people are falling for it, and other people are saying, oh, I can do that, or I can do that. They watch somebody else and they say, oh yeah, I can do that. And, like right now,
here's the reality of it. We can open the Bible right now and read the rites of exorcism. I'm a demonologist.
Exactly.
Now, do you think that's going to be as legit as someone who has had the actual training from people who have done it for years versus, I'm not saying we all have the spark of God in us, because we do. And we could do it if we really had to. But is that a wise decision? Probably not. Probably not. Because you're going to be dealing in there and you're going to be dropping bricks in your drawers when the shit hits the fan.
Right.
And not to
mention what I'm saying?
The mental fortitude it takes, the emotional fortitude it takes, and, being intact on a soul level. Most people do not take the time to heal their own issues first. You can't use drugs. You can't drink. You can't lower your vibration. I've seen some really crazy stuff, and I'm just like, wow, do people know what they're doing? Because it doesn't appear that they do.
They have no idea. They watch TV and I can do that. Okay.
I see shows that people are drinking and doing healing. Probably not a good idea. Probably not.
Definitely not a good idea.
I think we might have watched the same shows. My favorite ones.
I know, right? Maybe.
That's my favorite.
I know. Does it include Botox? I think it might have.
Just a word, it's just a word to the wise out there. If you want to be considered legit, and you want to have that experience level, you need to do the training. And that goes for everybody. I don't care who they are. It goes for everybody. If you can't just give yourself titles. I mean, it just doesn't work that way. So, people need to be mindful of what they're calling themselves and who and what they're doing, and actually have a body of work behind them before they go out there and start, portraying something they're not, because it's going to come back and bite them in the ass in the end. It really will.
Or somebody else.
Or somebody else, right? Yeah. So,
that I've worked with forever. It's just been forever, and I know what each of them are capable of, and I know how we all do and what we're all about. We're all about helping humanity. We're all about bringing on the wonderful things, saving people, and trying to get them to understand how to react. And what happens in these type of cases. And we've been doing it for a long time, but it's not for everybody. Not everybody goes out and does this kind of stuff, and you're not supposed to do it. There are many cases that we've all done, and we've all seen what comes out of it. But it's like going, when I talk about psychic mediums and the people that I know I have, from running a location like Gotham Hall, you see people come in every day that say, I'm a medium.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a medium. And
some people don't even know what the definition of that is. And they're calling themselves that.
I'm a 2XL.
They might be an empath and think they're a medium. You know what I'm saying?
So, psychic. I've got all this type of thing, and I can count on one hand in all the years that I've been there. I know of 3 people that I have had experiences with that I can vet and will talk to and vet things with them. Most everybody else, we will sit back and we'll talk, and I'll just say, well, thank you. That's great information.
I mean, we've all talked about this before.
Yeah.
And we've all been doing this long enough to where we can trust our gut, and we the empath side of it, you can feel it and stuff. But I would never, ever go out there and call myself, I don't even call myself an empath. She does. She calls me that. Can I clear places? Yeah, I can. Do I do it? Hell no. And I've been doing this for 30 years. If anyone has a right to do that, I could do it. But do I do it? Hell no. When it's very dark and dangerous, I call in clergy, or I call in someone else that has the abilities that are better and bigger than mine to do that. I don't, it just frustrates me to no end how people are doing this, and they're not who they say they are. And it's just ridiculous to the point where, I told her the other day, sometimes I'm feeling like, man, I'm done, man. Hang it up.
Yeah.
Because it's getting to the point now.
But, I look at the future and all the things we are. And, I'm waiting for Billy and Tanya to weigh in on this, because
I'm like, I'll just keep writing my books and that's it, man. I got enough of years of this. I could probably write 40 more books and be just fine. And that's the God's honest truth.
It is amazing. But, as I look at the future, I look at so many things where there's so much stuff that's happening where we will be able to help humanity in a lot of different ways and healings.
How many cases had the Night Stalkers had to go on and clean up that people have screwed, blued, and tattooed?
Really, I'll let you answer that.
See what I'm saying? And that's my point exactly. So I talked to a good friend, Johnny Z. You wouldn't believe how many cases he has to go in and clean up because these Yahoo paranormal groups are going in just making stuff 100 times worse for these families and these business owners and stuff. It's rampant.
It's all about the views.
Well, sometimes they just want to go in and investigate, and then they don't know how to fix it, so they just go, oh well, and go home.
And some of these people they're going in to clean up, mind you, I'm not going to say any names, but these are big name people.
Right.
These aren't just run-of-the-mill paranormal groups. Some of these are big-time people on TV that have no clue what the hell they're doing. And they're calling people like us and other people that we were friends with that are the real deal, having to go in and clean this mess up.
Yeah.
And
know,
some of
it's
these
funny.
people are charging these families thousands of dollars to go in there.
Ridiculous.
It's crap. That's crap. You know, we're here
So,
to do service. And
I mean, do we just let this go
people?
as known people in this field? Do we let this go, or do we take a stand against it? I don't know. I'm at a crossroads in my personal, situation with this.
You and I are going
I
through
mean-
the same battle because we get beat up every time you open it up because of their little minions and everything else that they have.
Mhm.
Paranormal unity crap, and they put out, and their unity is to keep everybody from beating everybody else up. So if I
Mhm.
get slapped, there's going to be 500 minion people hitting me up on it, going, "Hey."
I don't know. It's just crazy sometimes, man. And,
Anyway,
it's very
I'm sorry, folks,
frustrating.
sorry I'm getting this way, but Billy and Tanya, we've been there. We've worked for many teams that have gone up, screwed up places. And what's really bad, and this is my day to harp today, I guess, because I've been.
I started. I apologize, but I've been chomping at the bit.
Don't worry about it because you
to
haven't heard
just, go off a little bit.
stuff that I've seen today, or after stuff I'm
You got him
really
stirred
reading
up.
about the hall. These damn clickbait sites are calling the demons running around the hall every day, all that kind of stuff, and it's just bull crap, And
It's the same with the Weeb House. You don't know how many of these TikTokers have picked up my pictures, my stuff from the Weeb, and have made money off of it, saying this, that, and the other, and none of it's even close to being right.
Right.
I said, did you read the book? Did you contact the owner? No. I said, well, obviously you didn't, because I'm the effing owner. If you want to do a story on the house, you should be interviewing the owner who wrote the book about the house, who knows all the ins and outs of the house, you retards.
And they
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
And I put right on their pages, none of the information presented in these videos are true and correct. I'm the owner of the house. If you want the real information, contact me or read my book.
He's very passionate about this.
Because it's clickbait, just like they're
He
talking
is.
about.
He is very,
and they're
it's
making money. The
Yeah.
Off of they're making money off my intellectual property and making up stuff that's not even true.
It's
I
not
could
true.
legally sue the living dog crap out of these people.
Well,
They
good
don't
luck,
understand.
because I tried to get them to take down posts, everything else, and YouTube is just. I mean, there's like who do you get a hold of?
Mhm.
YouTube
They
will
don't care.
send you stuff.
YouTube will tell you to hire a lawyer. YouTube will literally tell you to hire a lawyer and go after them. That's what
Right.
YouTube will tell you.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm not sure how to address y'all's issue, but it's for as long as I can remember in holistic healing, in intuitive counseling, intuitive healing, in Reiki, you have to have so many training hours. You have to have so many training hours. You have to have an internship. You have to have your hands on freaking people. Like you actually have to do the work. So with my area of expertise, I'm going to train people myself through my own credential, through my own certification, and I will know what they have. I will know they have ethics training. I will know that they have the hours that they need. I will know that they have the hands-on sessions that they need. I will know that they are intact on a soul level, so they're not hurting other people, because you can actually hurt somebody if you don't know what you're doing. So that's something that's very important to me. That's how I'm going to try to address the issues in the holistic healing area, because if it's not regulated, more people are going to end up hurt than helped.
That's what happens. That's the same thing that happened in the paranormal field.
Mm-hmm.
So people watch TV, they say, I can do that. And they are going out creating these teams that are running around like a bunch of chickens with their heads cut off without any kind of training, any kind of formality. It has to stop. I mean, it literally has to
I'll give you
stop.
some examples about the training hours. I'd have 3,600 in school counseling to be a licensed professional counselor. I had to have 3,000 face-to-face hours, some of which has to be supervised by a supervisor. So in this field, if we would try to help people get streamlined or regulated, it's going to have to go to that, because I can't endorse somebody that doesn't know what they're doing. If they put their hands on somebody and they hurt them, and they say, Serenity Jenny taught me, I'm then liable, and my reputation's on the line. And I literally need to address that now and nip it in the bud before it goes any further, because it does happen. I mean, somebody went to Pittsburgh and presented themselves and said, Serenity Jenny sent me. I'm a psychic. I'm a medium. That's not true. I did not send her.
See?
I did not.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Wow, that's it's getting bad, but I see a light at the end of the tunnel because there's so many different things that are coming. So many different things that are coming up. So, there's a lot of different
Sorry
things.
if I'm about to get us taken down. Everything glitched. I don't know if that was our end or you
Oh,
guys.
no. I mean, I was sitting here watching it when we're going, and as that energy, I'm going in and out. The lights are flickering. And so,
You're welcome,
Well,
and I'm sorry.
I'm kind of a little bit belligerent, so I apologize. I'm putting out some pretty heavy energy, so I'm just aggravated at all of it, and I'm sick of seeing the fakery, the lying, the false and misrepresentation. There's got to be something.
Well,
I'm not saying I'm anyone better than anyone else. I started off on this on my own by watching people and then getting with other people and working with other people. But I do have 20 plus years of investigative background experience in law enforcement. So I took that and applied it to the paranormal. Okay. So that does count for something in my book.
Y'all have combined, I don't know how many thousands of hours that you have combined, but even if you look at EMS, we have to have so many hours as an EMT before you can even apply for paramedic training. That's the same in Reiki. You have to have 6 months of Reiki 2 under your belt, hands-on people before you can be a Reiki master. Know your symbols, have everything done off by heart. So y'all have all this thousands of hours of experience. Somebody that just sets out as a weekend warrior and says, I'm an investigator. They have no business
2 weeks
doing
later,
that.
they're a demonologist.
And then 2 weeks after that, they're institutionalized because there's an attachment. I mean,
so it's just ridiculous.
It's getting hard to watch and not say anything about.
They go to these cases. They go to these cases in these locations, and they're all amped up and like, oh boy, here we go. Here come the ratings. We come up to these locations, we're like, oh shit.
About another one of these.
Yeah.
So we just dealt with that. It was way deeper than we thought, and it was heavy duty.
And listen, I will call people if I need help. I don't know everything. I have lots of, I call you guys sometimes, there's certain things we're going to need certain input on from certain people. Clergy. I have tons of people in my phone that I have backup. There's times where I need it. I have to ask for help. I have to go above my pay grade and get someone else because I'm not enough, or I don't know, or I need help. And, that's part of the training too. Knowing when to refer, knowing when to ask for help, and knowing when to stop. And a lot of people think they know everything, and that's going to lead them to get hurt
down the long road,
or die. Unfortunately, I mean, this is serious business.
Oh, I mean, you're right. People don't take the point of where they're at, what else is there, what is going on, and what can happen to you physically. And yes,
we are totally we are
Mhm.
exhausted from what happened yesterday,
and no one will ever know about it. We will never document it. It's not necessary, and it's not ethical. And we both know enough to know when something's not ethical. So, had someone else gone in there, it probably would have made social media, and it would have been sickening and disgusting and absolutely appalling for someone to stoop that way.
I drug all my equipment in there, was ready to start doing EVPs, and I said, you go ahead and let's get you started and let you pick up what you're doing, get what you're doing and feeling it. Within 20 minutes, I was like, no need for me to do anything because we ain't there. None of this is going to be filmed. It was that intense and that personal to those people. No way, man.
You can't do that.
And I just backed her up for the rest of the night, and that was it. And it was intense. It was heart-aching, freaking horrible energy.
This is not easy. People are like, oh, this is so fun. I'm going to go be an investigator, and I'm going to be a healer, and I'm going to be a Reiki master. I'm going to clear things. It's not always fun. It's messy. It's so messy. There was tons of tears. There was a lot of healing sessions, impromptu. I didn't even really anticipate the level of
people passing out.
Yeah, it was really intense.
Heavy duty, man.
So, it's not always what you think it's going to be. And thank Jesus and everything that I hold holy we were able to deal with what was going on there, and I didn't have to ask for help. Like, my gosh, it could have been a whole lot worse. And it was.
And that, mind you, they already had how many different priests and preachers
Two pastors and a priest
before us. So that's how heavy it still was last night.
Yeah.
So,
you know, that's one of the bad things is you have more paranormal teams going there, priests, and everything else. How many times? I mean, I'm looking at you, and you know that we've been in houses that priests have been to, multiple paranormal teams. They just don't do anything. They don't know about it, or they've asked us to finally go, will you get this people off my back because they're not getting the things done? And so we go in and help them. And when you go into that situation, that is tenfold the time of the problem it would have been if we would have been able to get it right off the bat. You know, because it builds up. And there's other things that come in there with it. I mean, because they're dragging it around, and it's terrible. And it affects people's lives in such a horrible way. I mean, you know, people think, oh, I can go in here. I don't have a spiritual attachment. You know, I don't have any problems. They don't even think about, they don't even know what they can do. I mean, it can be so subtle. You'll be arguing with your wife one day, and you'll be doing something different, you know, and your car will start breaking down. You know, when we try to go on an investigation to save these people, that's the worst time getting there.
don't even get into it.
Yeah.
You know, the beat up time is when we're trying to get to it because they don't want us to show up.
They do it to us all
Yeah,
the
we've
time.
had cracked windshields. We both have had cracked windshields on the same weekend.
Blow tires,
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Many times.
arguments, fights, trying to break us up before we go there.
Sickness.
Get us all messed up.
We've had a cameraman get sick who's a pastor twice, two
Yep.
occasions now.
Yep.
He gets ill immediately, and it's our cameraman, and he's a pastor.
Yep. So that
Yeah.
people don't realize what they're getting into, man. And they're messing with stuff
They
that,
don't.
I mean, hell, we don't even know sometimes. I mean, you know,
Well, that's the thing. We walk in and you have to assess everything at that point.
yep.
That's
You know,
where the
and you
research,
all-
that's where the
If you are
assessment.
coming in behind somebody else, you want to know what they came with, you know, what they concluded and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And then at the time you find out that's
But it
not-
could be something totally different than they tell you.
and
Mhm.
then they look at you and
That's
they
exactly what
look
it
at
is.
you and they're like, this shit is real.
Oh yeah. I love it when you tell that story, Billy.
Oh, it
This
is.
is real.
Guys,
Yeah,
you're
no
freaking
shit,
kidding me.
Sherlock.
What are you doing here if you don't believe in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As they think it's fun and games, they're thrill seeking.
Mhm.
And
Right.
then when something really significant happens, their eyes look like saucers, and they're like he said, this is real. Yeah, no, oh yeah, no shit.
It's the fan.
Yeah.
It's like that saying. It's not fun when the rabbit's got the gun.
No.
And going back on what Jenny was saying, people don't understand that you are continuously learning. You grow.
Oh, yeah.
You just don't wake up one morning and know everything.
Mhm.
I've been very fortunate. I've been very blessed. Each and every one of these people on this screen has been a part of my journey, my growth. One very important thing Billy Sims taught me was, hey, hand them your beer just like this. I mean, it's one of those things. You have to listen to other people because
Mhm.
we all learn from one another. We got to all help each other. One person can't do it by themselves. And if you're doing this because you think you're going to get famous or whatever it is you want, show up at an investigation I'm at. Let's go toe to toe. Let's see what really happens. And we'll see. Because you're going to see stuff that you're not going to understand. Then you're going to call your mama crying. And then you're going to call Night Stalkers or Dave or Jenny.
Or wonder why your
And
life
I'm
just got flipped upside down.
Mhm.
Right. I wonder why you're-
Or somebody in your family gets very sick, or you get very sick, or whatever.
Or
You know,
make
and we've all had to deal with every bit of this stuff too. You know, for these young people to go in guns ablazing, thinking that they're 10 foot tall and bulletproof, it's going to get them.
And the main message here is to please don't go in half cocked. At least be with some experienced people and sit back and keep your mouth closed and watch and learn
Mhm.
and stop calling yourself something you're not, because you're not.
Mhm.
And they're
Okay.
not always right. You've got these people with this mentality. They don't know their head from a hole in the fucking ground. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
I'm getting a little passionate about this right now. And they don't know what they're talking about. But they decided today, I'm going to be a paranormal investigator. I'm going to be this. I'm an exorcist. I'm a demonologist. I'm a flower. I don't know. Whatever it is. But they have no clue. They're hurting other people.
Mhm.
And I mean, I'm seeing new teams almost daily.
Daily. No.
This paranormal. You know, you guys aren't doing anything that hadn't been done 1,000 times over already, man. You know, and it's just, I mean,
It's
what?
disheartening a little bit. It makes you want to like Dave said, like fold tent, because I don't know about you guys, but I have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars. I have spent over
Just on your education.
on a solid decade, an entire decade, 10 years learning, solid learning. I've been in therapy for 30 years. I'm 47 almost. Okay. No, I'm sorry. 33 years I've been in therapy. I like that people say, oh, I do all this work. I heal everybody. Did you heal yourself? Did you work on yourself? Because if you have holes in your soul, how much energy are you holding if you're leaking everywhere? So you can't help somebody on a level you're not at. You can only help them on the frequency that you're residing in.
How many hundreds of hours of
Oh my God. I'm embarrassed.
And you're in the register.
I sought out the person who's in charge of this when I thought I was going crazy, you know, I'm working with psychiatrists and psychologists and therapists. And I mean, you know, on the job training from Source Creator, all that is for, I don't know, 8 years, you know, that's my traditional education. And that's the ethics and knowing when to ask for help and knowing when to refer and knowing when it's mental health and as opposed to a supernatural or paranormal or a possession and attachment. I mean, it's really hard sometimes to even know that stuff, but my gosh, I have 4 different Reiki master certifications, Reiki master teacher certifications. And here's why. 1 wasn't enough. You know how many times I've taken Reiki 1 and Reiki 2? 10 times. I've taken those classes 10 times through William Rand. And here's why. Because when you repeat a class, the class never changes. You do. Right. Your experience, your knowledge, and your perception of things will change as with your experience level. So, you know, all these different classes, I can't tell you how many times I studied the same class with Raymond Grace. I probably have taken his class. I've hosted him every bit of probably 10 or 12 times, the whole weekend series, the whole 3-day class. And people say, why do you keep doing this? Because I keep learning. I'm not going to stop learning. I just see things differently. I see how like tools and modalities can be used differently to help people. And that's why the fields evolve. And I think that's why we're all talking about this right now, right? The evolution, the journey of ascension, and how we help other people. But you can't help people from a level. You can't help somebody up here if you're down here. It's just not going to happen because frequentially you're not at that frequency. You're not residing there. So, I mean, it's physics at that point. It's pure physics.
It's way deeper than a title. It's way deeper and that's with anything you do.
Yeah.
It's experience level. It's teaching. It's learning. It's so many things that people just don't put in the work, but yet they're giving themselves, I'm a demonologist, I'm this, I'm that. It's just not real, man.
We're going to see a lot more problems, unfortunately.
Yeah, we're at the part right now where they're going to see a lot more and more of it, and we're going to, you know, that's our key, and I see us doing more and more of helping other individuals and getting together and doing that, and more of these group working together to be able to do that more and help other people understand that. And you know, I'm looking at the chat room. Jeez. Hello, Irene Jones. Nice to see you here tonight. And Vicky Norsley. Hello, Melvin. Hello, brother. Frankie Lynn. Yeah, Frankie Lynn. We need a paranormal HIPAA law. You know,
Yes, that's true.
That's a great
that
idea.
is 100% true.
Yes.
That is 100. You know, if God doesn't call you to do this, you have no.
I mean,
no,
you can ask her, Barry. I've said if I ever win the Powerball for like 300 billion or a million, whatever, I'm opening a paranormal school, and we're gonna have teachers there. We're gonna have everything you can think of: equipment builders, Reiki masters, the whole nine. And we're gonna fucking teach these people how to do this shit right.
Yes.
You know, and
Well, I just want to wear.
we've had this
I want my
conversation
own
before.
house.
It's just
It'll be Beth and
we're
Dora.
not getting any younger,
Right.
and we
No.
know that the field's got to go on. And
Mhm.
we're not discouraging anybody from getting into this field.
No.
You know, a good chunk of them that do get into it, it's either because of what they saw on TV, or it's because of their own personal experiences. You know, I always say,
nothing
you
wrong
know,
with that.
have the right intent. If your intent is to go in there and to see how many views you can get on YouTube, you're already on the wrong side of the fence.
Mhm.
Right.
Well, that's
You know?
ego versus spirit, Billy. That's a great point. Like, what is the motivating factor? Ego is edge God out. So you're not going in there with a good intention at all. You're going in there for a self-serving purpose.
So I'll tell you my story real quick on YouTube. The reason I decided to start doing stuff on YouTube was because after doing this off and on for so many years while I was working, when I retired, I already knew in my head how much money it costs to do this stuff. Right. So I was like, well, maybe if I do some of this stuff live on YouTube, like this other guy, you know, that I worked with, and I was the second guy to ever do it. He was making good money. So I said, well, that'll offset my costs if I can make a little bit of money on YouTube, because it costs, I mean, I don't even know how much money I've spent over the years, probably in the hundreds of thousands of dollars, and then gas money, food money, you know, trying to document the paranormal, trying to help people, trying to do all this stuff. And people just don't realize, you know, I mean, so, and then, you know, it did help because I did start making some money on there, but then the whole Admageddon thing happened and that went, but did I stop what I was doing? No. But, you know, I didn't do it. I never thought in a million years I would get on TV. I didn't do it for that. I never even had that really in my mind. You know, and all of a sudden I wrote the first couple of books and it took off like crazy. But that was just, you know, that's bonus. Like I always say on your show,
You were a boots on the ground. Dave, we all know you. We know where you come from, you know, and it's totally different than what you're seeing on, you know, 99% of the
right. So, but I just try to make people understand, you know, we don't do this for that. It's just extra bonus that happens sometimes, you know. And I do see one thing I do see is other boots on the ground people getting some TV shots, you know, a one-off here and there or whatever. And I think that's great because those people do deserve that. You know, everybody deserves that. If they put the time in and the work effort it takes to really do boots on the ground investigating and to really help people, by all means, give them some TV time, you know.
Right. But don't get caught up in it. Don't lose yourself.
Yeah, it's not what it's about. That's a bonus. It's just a bonus, man.
Yeah.
You know,
been there, done that. You know, it's
Well, they're not going to get rich. That's what they don't understand. I've been on the news.
no,
I didn't say
you
it
don't
was
get
fine.
rich until you don't start making the real money until you have 4 or 5 seasons on TV anyway. So, you know, and most shows fail within the first 2. So take that out there, everybody.
Within the first 2.
Just saying.
Right.
I'm sure all the people in human services that are listening in the chat room, people that go into the helping field, the healing industries, that's not the place where the money is, folks. If I had a poor kid from finance and accounting in my psych class one time. He was like, I said, if you're here for the money, you can leave now. And he was like, what class is this? I'm like, it's intro to psych. He goes, oh my gosh, I'm a finance major. I think I'm in the wrong class. They have to take intro at some point during their career. However, that's not a field that you're going to get rich in. So when you want to set out helping people, that's something you need to know. That's not where you get rich quick at. Right. Entrepreneur and business, that would be the correct place.
Yeah, or funeral home.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
That's job security there.
Yeah, it's job security, but it's just, you know, I don't know. I just want people to understand that the odds of you getting a successful TV show are slim to none. And, there's people that have been doing this longer or, around the same time me and Bear and other folks have been doing it, or even longer, that's never been on TV and they're still doing it, so.
Yeah.
I think everybody here's called, it's a passion. It's a soul mission. There's a purpose related here. They're following a purpose. So, not everybody's purpose is going to be the same. You can't just pick up somebody else's purpose and use it. You got to find your own. And
that's another thing.
So that's I think people are so lost and misguided and in need of healing. They just see that it works for somebody and they try it on like an identity. It doesn't work like that. You actually have to go inside. You have to listen to your soul. And until you do that, you're not going to know.
Yeah, until you're operating inside within yourself and listening to the source of the power, and it is telling you, because as I tell everybody, Beth tells everybody, Billy tells everybody, Tanya tells everybody, look, I'm just a vessel.
Yep.
The things that I do and the things that we do is just like kind of going. It comes on, it says, okay, you're ready to go because you're stepping out and I'm stepping in, and these are going to work through us, and wham, there it goes.
Uh-huh.
At the end, you just say, thank you, everything good, and people will go, thank you so much. And what do we turn around and go? Don't thank us. Thank upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Because we are not,
I've
got all the years, I've got plenty of years, but man, let me tell you something. It's from the faith and the deals that we have within our heart, within our souls, that we work with every day.
I always say that
makes us have the power that we have, because
it is.
And what they give you is a gift.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even know how to say this, but it really gets to me sometimes when I hear certain people say, I can do this and I can do that. And I'm thinking,
why ain't you?
Well, I can drive a stick.
They can't. I'm just saying it's
Mm-hmm.
you don't understand where it's coming from.
Right.
Yeah.
You still don't get it.
Too much I is ego. Too much I is ego. When they say I, there's not any credit given to where truly the source of the power is coming from.
Right.
Right.
And the other thing about it is they think that they're playing, they think that they're invincible. That ego got them so caught in the stuff. Oh, I can clear that. I can do that. I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then one day they're going to sit there and they're going to jump into a snake pit.
Mm-hmm.
And the snake pit's
There's been times when we felt like we were in the middle of crossfire. We were in the bunkers. We felt like that, and then there's been times when we felt that light just come on all around us.
Right.
I mean, you literally feel it.
What was Tanya saying? I couldn't hear what she said right before you, and like she was in the middle of you and Bear.
Sorry. What I was saying is you get more out of helping people, the connection you get with the person that you're helping. It's much more than any money.
Oh, yeah,
Thing.
absolutely.
Yeah, go ahead.
And
Well, yet again, I'm going to toot her horn because what I saw her do last night was absolutely amazing. It was heart-wrenching at times, but I watched her in her full capacity last night really handle a situation that was just really intense. And I was just like, whoa. I mean, to the point where I was having to do some stuff that I usually don't even delve into silently backing her. And then it was intense, man. And there was shit going on while she was helping the people and dealing with what was going on. There was shit going on back here in the corner, and I'm getting drawn over here. It was just like you said, the crossfire was coming in a little bit from some other energy that wasn't even related to that event.
Mm-hmm.
So, you have a rookie team coming in, they're not even going to recognize that stuff, and it's going to eat them up. It's going to eat them up.
No, it is a terrible thing, but some people have to learn, they have to deal with stuff they have to do with, but it can be very fatal and it can be a terrible thing when they get to that point. But I'll try to keep it positive. It's just like, well, the lady
We are
who's
being
sitting
positive.
here,
We're educating people.
Yeah, exactly. Beth Allen, one of the Soul on Blaze right now is Soul on Blaze. If you've seen her work, and we have all seen her work, and it is amazing work what she can do and what she's capable of doing. And people don't give her the credit for it. People don't. It's not her doing it anyway, but it is the magic. It's the power that she has within her to be able to give help to other people. And it's just like when you see her work. I'm talking about you.
What I do?
What a terrible person you are.
I know.
Beth is one of the special ones out here. She's one of those people that have a talent that not too many people does, and she realizes that it is a gift and it comes from a way higher source than what it is, and she works with that in her body. So go ahead and talk about that for a second, and then we'll move on.
Yeah, it was a dark Friday night in 1973. I just really enjoy just being able to be myself. And I think that's what a lot of people struggle with, acceptance and receiving. Some chick named Jenny that I love immensely is the one who kicked me in the ass on that one. Pretty much all of y'all have kicked me in my ass to make me understand it was okay to receive and just be there to help people. And I love that I was chosen to do that because that's all I want to do. But it's exhausting when other people get involved and just, don't listen to this, don't listen to that. Let me tell you what, if one more person walks up to me and goes, "Oh, you're Beth Allen? I'm a psychic medium." No, you're not. I just want to know your name. I don't care. I want to speak to your soul. I don't want to speak to your ego.
Well, you can't let other people influence you in that negative manner anyway. So that's what I get pulled back from myself.
Authenticity speaks for itself. It is a vibration unique to itself. When you vibrate at your own resonance, people feel it. It's genuine. It is not replicatable. You cannot be nobody's Beth Allen. You are Beth Allen. You come with a certain frequency. I'm Serenity Jenny. I come with a certain frequency. Nobody on this planet can be you. Nobody
wants to wear my drawers. I have a hard enough time wearing
Nobody can be Bear. Nobody can be me. Nobody can be Tanya. Nobody can be Billy.
No.
It's just who you are. But on the flip side of that too, you just don't let other people influence you with their negative remarks because they can't be you. They you're you, just like Jen said. You're you, and that's it. You just have to,
It took a long time to get there because I, like Jen said, I let the outside influence instead of staying on track and listening to God. I had to heal that part of me to realize that, hey, there's nothing wrong with me. It's nothing wrong with being Beth. Just go with it.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you have experience, strength, and hope. If we're in an AA meeting right now, and I learned a lot of this from AA, from NA, from other self-help groups. I took that training and applied it spiritually.
She wasn't in the group. She was.
No, I ran them. I really should have been in them. I should have been. I came from a family of addicts. So, but honestly, it's experience, strength, and hope. And that's exactly what we're doing, what we do when we come on into the fire, what you guys do every week. You're sharing that, and you share your own experiences. You speak from your own strengths, like the stuff that you've earned. That's the difference between us and other people. You can't take somebody else's experience and say they're yours. You have to have your own. So, Beth, I commend you. You are being truly authentic when you are practicing your genuineness and your authenticity, really. So you just keep shining that light, girl.
Oh, yeah. I called back all the power, and I encouraged everyone else to do it today. And right now, Elijah is encouraging everyone, call back your power.
Yes. Open the light.
Tell him about it, buddy. You're done now? Okay.
Come over here and lay down.
Dog is God spelled backwards. That's all I'm saying.
That's exactly right. Exactly right. You know, we're Beth's got some great things coming up, and she's moving forward into other things, and we'll be talking about that in the future with Beth. She's got Soul and Blaze now, which is just an awesome opportunity for her. I'm going to pull off the chat room here just for a second, guys. And again, thank you. If anybody is wondering what I'm drinking in this wonderful mug that I'm drinking out of, this is, and you can get this at
I was like,
this is our 20 minute. This is our 20-second commercial. This is the World of the Weird exclusive Bigfoot Blend coffee. And
tell them how it is, Bear. You're
let
a
me
major
tell
coffee
you
drinker.
something, and the people who have got it, if you go this route and you try tap coffee, I will guarantee you that you will want a subscription to be able to have this stuff never run out, because it is the best. And I've had a lot of coffee, and Bigfoot Blend is awesome. And there are several people that were up at the last MonsterCon that bought these, and all I have heard is, I got to get more. Got to get more. Wow, I got to get more.
It's
and I
brought to you by SpartanBrews.com. We use their coffees, and they're really good, high-end quality coffee. And it's, my brother Barry, drummer for Shinedown, that's his company, and it's run by him and an ex-Special Forces military member. So they do all their own roasts and everything. It's really good stuff. And I'm not a coffee guy. I let you coffee connoisseurs decide for if it was good or not, and you guys loved it.
And it's really good, and it's really strong. And contrary to popular belief, you do not grow hair like Bigfoot.
I don't know. I drink a lot of coffee.
Yeah.
No hair on your chest. No hair on the chest for the girls.
No.
We're going for it.
I assure you.
I know it smells really good when you guys are brewing. I love the smell of coffee. I'm just not a coffee guy, but it smelled really good when you guys are brewing it up. But everybody that bought it loved it. We sold out of just about all of it. We got another order coming in real soon. So if I think we're going to start doing a month. I don't know, what's a bag like that last you guys?
2 days.
It depends. I know that it's going to be a while before I get one. So if you have any left over, make sure you bring some to the next trip you're coming down here. We'll talk about it.
You'll have a new bag this weekend, brother.
I've been savoring it. So it's like the gold, but once you put your lips around this Bigfoot coffee,
it was like Lord of the Rings when he first drank it. And he was just holding my precious.
Yeah, I was like,
that's good news for our ears. We like to hear that.
Yeah, what we're gonna have to do is, though, I'm gonna have to ask if we can get the other coffee person I know drinks a lot of coffee. Billy and Tanya drink a lot of coffee, and they would love it. But we need to get a Nomi blend because Gnome Life blend. But
that's not out of the realm of possibilities.
Yeah, folks, I got to tell you that Ottingen Hall has gone through a lot this year. I've been ill. I haven't been able to be there a lot. Isaac is doing his thing. We've had a lot of storms. We've had a lot of damage. There's things that we need to come up with, and you get the visitors that hit you up. Most people just say it's a great place, and they give you a high rating on Google and all that other stuff, which is super. And we thank you so much for doing that. We try to give you the best experience and be the best by giving you as much information as we can on the hall and allowing you to enjoy your hunts and enjoy your tours. But, one of the bad things about it is when people tour that facility and they have to, there's other people out there talking about demons and everything else. There's nothing worse than having, I've got school kids that come out there. I've got everybody that we're trying to teach and we're trying to learn and we're trying to do all this stuff. Ottingen Hall does not have a bunch of demons roaming around in it. And you know, you have people doing that, and then what happens? A lady sees that. She was actually downstairs, and somebody was doing a paranormal investigation during a tour. They had something out, and she's hearing it, and she's like going, "Oh my God, they're talking to demons! This place has got demons!" And runs out and screaming that there's demons in the house. Now, and then I got paranormal investigators who wouldn't know a demon if it's set in their face. You know, I mean, it's just ridiculous. But if you really want to have a good time at Ottingen Hall, we've got some tickets available. Dave and Jenny are helping out Ottingen Hall. You know, all of our stuff and everything that we do with Ottingen Hall is all by donation. You know, we're not making any money at it. When you see Night Stalkers come out there, we're doing it for just to have you guys out here to help everything else. Everything goes to Ottingen Hall. You know, we're not doing all this stuff. Dave and Jenny are doing the same thing. And this is what we get on January 2nd. We do have a VIP. There are
June
11
2nd.
tickets.
June.
Yeah, June 2nd, which would be Friday night. And there are 4 tickets still available. Even though when you go to the website, it does say there's 11 available. If you have any problem with them, call Ottingen Hall website. I will make sure that you get them, and we'll sell that event out. We also, the next night behind that, on Saturday night, we're going to have a novice hunt, like say a ghost hunt with Dave and Jenny, and there's 25 tickets piece on that. We've got some outs. We got some tickets available. We've got like 15 tickets available for that, and that are still out there. So how you get your tickets? You go to OttingenHallMuseum.com, go to the event page, and you can order a ticket right there and pay for your ticket. It's $65 for this. It's $100 for the VIP. And there will only be 15 tickets sold for the VIP. There's only 25 sold for this. But if you care about Ottingen Hall and you care about the other people, and you want to have a good experience and be able to meet some people that are down to earth, real people that will help you, talk to you, everything else, you can. Also, if you need to have Beth Allen is going to be here. Billy and Tanya hopefully will be there. Night Stalkers are going to be there. So we're going to do quite a lot of, there'll be a lot of people to be able to meet, and we're going to have an excellent ghost hunt. Ottingen Hall has been very active in the last the last month, and it's been surprising. But we're also, you know, it's imperative that we try to sell as many tickets as we can. Dave and Jenny are talking about expenses and everything else. Well, that's expenses coming down here to be able to do this and to be able to help out us.
And we donate a portion of all monies to the hall to help keep it running and up and going. And Jen is booking readings there again, like we did last year. Last year was awesome, guys. So many experiences were undertaken, and people had some great experience. Yeah, there was a few scary ones, but that's normal at the hall,
Right.
But we were able to do some fascinating stuff and do some comparisons with what was going on upstairs versus out on the porch. And it was all matching up. It was phenomenal stuff going on all around the property and inside the house. It was so just out there. And Jen, I mean, she had a ton of readings out there on. Are you doing it on Friday or Saturday?
I can do both days.
Both days. Yep.
Yeah.
So if you want to book readings with her while we're there, how do they do that?
You can actually text me at 724-771-5562, and I will set you up with your reading time slot.
And when you go to the event page on Ottingen Hall Museum, that number is there. It says that she's doing it, and you can definitely contact her, ask her questions about it, schedule an appointment with it, everything like that. So it's going to be a fun night. Hopefully you'll get to see everyone on the screen here that night also, on both nights.
Yeah, I'll be bringing out my equipment. We'll go in the graveyard. We'll do some stuff in the house, both graveyards actually, and all around the property, man. It's active everywhere. The barns. I mean, my God, you can go anywhere and you never know what you're going to get at the hall. So, a lot of people that came out with me, and I was taking them all around the place, and we were getting all kind of crazy stuff. I mean, it was just nuts all night, both nights, all night, every night. I mean, it's just off the chain at the hall. And, you never know what you're going to get at the hall.
Experience.
Bear sent me a picture of a dang on crop circle that just appeared in the field out back, yesterday or day before. I mean, you just never know what the heck's going to go on out there.
Yeah, the day before yesterday, Saturday, and it's just crazy stuff. It is just the kind of stuff that only Octane Hall brings. It is a ancient property. It is on the 37th parallel. It is a paranormal thing, but we try to do it respectfully. We try to do the things we want to do right. That is why, if you want to come and see what an investigation looks like, you want to talk to some people about how to investigate, you want to talk about take the time, go to that VIP event, speak to Dave, speak to Jenny, talk to Beth Allen.
Speak to the nice part. Everybody there has been doing this a long time, folks.
Yes.
Everybody that's going to be here has been around a long time. So if you get scared and you're frightened, we can help you with that. There's, if you're scared and you're not sure what to think, if you've never done something like this, there's plenty of experienced people there that can walk you through that, what you're experiencing, and calm your nerves.
You got something else going on, think you got something else going on and you need to talk about it, or you need that help, or you need that push, then please stop by, because that is what we do. We love to help others, and that is the best way to do it. You
don't even have to participate in the ghost stuff if you don't want. You can come see one of our healers, like this one right here. She'll take care of you.
That one over there. I mean, they're gonna
Jenny fills up quick. So I promise you, as a person, I don't trust too many people. I trust that one with my life and my soul. If you want to know what it is, if you need help, or you just want to read it or see what the real deal is, you need to come see Jenny, because there won't be spots left long.
Yeah, especially if you're a local and you want to see someone that, and you don't do the normal church type of stuff, this is people you want to see right here, because they will get you connected and fixed in a hurry. So, it's a fun time. I promise you will not have a bad time at all.
And everybody talks about demons this and demons that. Why aren't we talking about angels?
Yeah.
Last time we were there was a proven session.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's another experiment on VIP night. Maybe we should try to replicate that. I don't know. Yeah. You should come.
What's that saying you always use, babe? Where there's a church built, the devil sets up right next door.
Where I think I believe that's a scripture.
Yeah.
Wherever God builds a chapel, Satan will set up a church next door.
That's just normal. That's everyday stuff, man. So
whenever something good's coming around, guess who's coming in to be a little way?
Oh yeah.
What it is.
So
the spirits that are trapped on the earth plane, the disembodied spirits, a lot of people may not agree with this, but this is hell. When you don't have a body and you can't go back to God and you're separated from source, this becomes hell. Okay, so a lot of those spirits can't go to that next level because of spiritual sickness and vibrational incongruence. So they are allowed to tempt the living, the souls that are here to be on purpose, on mission, on point. They are actually allowed to do that. That's one of their jobs. So, our job is to know the difference and to withstand the temptation and choose higher. So, there's a reason for everything, folks. Like sometimes the mental apparatus that you have at the time won't allow you to believe it because it's like cognitive dissonance. But once you expand your understanding, it just really makes a lot of sense, and it really makes things, it brings them into perspective very quickly. So having an experience like this sometimes is the thing that you need that alters your entire trajectory.
And that's where people make the most mistakes, like we were talking about earlier. These rookie groups going in saying it's a demon. Well, guess what? It's not a demon. It's a peed off human spirit because they're not connected to source and they're trapped and they need help. And we do that too.
Spirits get sick just like people get sick. Spirits can get sick. Everything. And if you don't know how to measure a level of soul sickness, Probably maybe should get some education.
Don't be going into that forte until you know what you're doing, because you can make stuff a whole lot worse.
So, what are the times for the event?
Times for the event. Good question. It'll be on. You can come at 4:00. Most of them are going to start. You can come at the hall on Friday night. The VIP event will start at 4:00 in the afternoon. Get a chance to talk with Jenny, Dave, rub elbows with her. We're going to have some food out there. Going to have some fun stuff. We'll be doing. Jenny's going to do a walkthrough at like 6:30. We'll have Dave and her both speak. You can ask them all kinds of questions. Jenny's going to do a walkthrough of the house with everybody through the property and everything. So you're going to hear what she has to say about the house when she picks up on it. And then we're going to get into the ghost hunts right after that. We'll take small breaks during the night, and you'll have the opportunity to be upfront and personal with these two great individuals and anyone else that's there.
Man, you have access to us both the whole time.
Yeah.
So, we don't do these events like this very often, but we love to interact with people like that because we're so busy. I mean, my gosh, we're very busy.
And one-on-one readings, I mean, we can do that before the VIP event. I really like to be done by 4:00 so I can get ready and be with people. Last time I did so many readings, I was there until 3:00 in the morning. So maybe during the day, Saturday before the event happens, I would like to schedule readings at that time too. And I know there was a group of you that wanted a Reiki class. If there's more than like 3 of you, I have no problem even doing a 5-hour Reiki class too. So whatever day that works.
Lots of stuff. See, got all kinds of options on this one.
And also, June is a busy month for all of us, and then after you guys get out of here, you're going to be doing a lot of stuff, and then of course we've got Ignition. We can't forget about that.
3, 2, 1 Ignition.
Virginia Weekend Retreat with Serenity Jenny on June 23rd, 24th, and 25th in Richwood, West Virginia. Great, peaceful place. You can't see it all from the background there. Beautiful little place. Cherry River out that way.
It's right on the river.
It literally is on top of the river.
And it's a great little place to come and spend time. And you want to become, you're talking about nature and getting together with some people and getting the good feeling of spirit there. Like we used to say a long time ago, West Virginia, it's a local call to upstairs. You don't have to, it's right there. So
well, they call it almost heaven.
And
this
this is almost half full, folks. It's already half full. So I
get your tickets now.
Yeah, we're about half capacity, I think.
I'll be at the store working.
No,
as soon as Beth gets up, I gotta go. And
sorry, leg cramps.
Yeah, she's getting leg cramps because I'm working to her. Beth Allen, Soul and Blaze. You're going to be seeing a lot of on her. Look at her Facebook pages and other way else. Beth, how else can they get a hold of you and do some stuff with Soul and Blaze? Oh, and by the way, I got to put this back up there. This was taken off of our room that night. That beautiful picture of the woods and that sky is West Virginia, and it's right there at the retreat where you're going to be staying with Serenity Jenny in June. So you too can have wonderful, beautiful pictures like that. And that's very significant to a lot of us. You had to be there to understand that light coming through there. So just had to share that with you all because it was very special.
I love it.
Yeah, guys, we appreciate all you tuning in. There are so many people in the chat room that have made comments, have done all this stuff. And we are so happy to have you here. Look for us next week with
Joe Vitale.
Yep, Joe Vitale. And he's going to be in here. We're probably going to be talking about the same thing. We're going to get a little bit heavier on clickbait.
Yeah.
And this stuff because We need to put an end to that. It's getting to be sickening, And I normally don't do causes. I'm normally the quiet guy. I love people, but I love this field a lot, and I don't want to see this field damaged anyway, because all of us have put all of our blood, sweat, and tears in it, and it is something that we respect highly. And when you see other people that don't get it,
It's already damaged. Unfortunately, we just got to do damage control now.
yeah, now we got to do damage control.
But is that going to change anything? Probably not. But we can at least talk about it, put it out there, and maybe open up people's minds to the fact that, hey, because the public just doesn't understand. They just do not understand what we're talking about. So it's our jobs to let them know, hey, there are some, I don't even know what wording to use. There's some more legitimate people than others in this field that are boots on the ground that live it. TV is, for the most part, not real. Don't believe everything you watch on TV. And I harp on that all the time. I even told my experiences from being on TV where they changed stuff and added stuff. So,
Right.
If I wasn't authentic, I wouldn't do that, because that just, in a sense, hurts me.
True, exactly.
So,
If it doesn't fit in with what they're doing on TV, they're not going to put it in there. They're going to edit it to make
right.
it the way.
And many people we all know will tell you straight up that they cut the best paranormal stuff out of a lot of these shows. And some of the real stuff that they do capture, they don't even put it in there.
Right.
So, it's unfortunate, but it's the nature of the game. So as doing what we do for these many years, we're trying to enlighten and open up your minds and see the reality of reality TV versus boots on the ground, real deal people.
Not scripted.
Not scripted. It's just go do it and do it, and hopefully you know what you're doing, or you shouldn't be doing it. And we don't all know what we're doing anyway, because we just have experience levels, because you'll come out of there with oftentimes way more questions than answers to any of this stuff. And it goes so much deeper than you even see people on TV doing, or even see what we're doing sometimes when we're on camera, but we have an understanding that it's a much deeper situation at times than you're really even understanding. And it gets very, very deep, multi-layered, if you will.
Multidisciplinary and
Yep. So
practices too are needed, because there's times you think you're equipped enough to go into a situation that is not always the case. You need to have a team that has like multidisciplinary approach a lot of times.
And it's not just about, I try to break it up into two sections when it comes to paranormal investigating. There's the evidence gathering part of that, but there's also a whole nother side of it where you're actually going into people's homes and you're trying to help alleviate them from a negative haunting or a negative phenomena that's going on with them personally and in their homes. So there's really two sides of the coin to this. It's fine if you're a young team and you want to document paranormal evidence. That's one side of it. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about going into people's places where they live, their safe spaces, and telling them they have a demon in there when you don't know what you're talking about. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just get with some people. If you have questions and you feel that this is over your pay grade, as Jen says, call somebody. We always help younger teams. I know you guys too. Hopefully they're smart enough to call up a team of folks that have been around a while and just ask questions. Hey, we are in this place and this happened. What do we do, or what are we dealing with here? Use your brain, use your noggin. Don't get in so deep to where you might end up getting injured physically, spiritually, or mentally, or vice versa, or both with the homeowners or the business owner, or whatever the case. It's so multi-layered. You got to be really careful.
I think too, saying you don't know something speaks better of your character than hurting somebody thinking that you know everything.
Right. If you don't know, you don't know. Ask questions. That's how we learn.
Asking for help is a sign of strength. That's what a healed soul will do.
Exactly. And it's funny because we all have cell phones, we all have text messages, and we've all gotten those calls.
Yep.
From the people that Billy's had them, Tanya's had them, I've had them, Beth Allen has them. That's what we're all supposed to do. You guys have to.
Hey, I've called Bear before and said, "Hey, what do you think about this? We just experienced this. What do you think we're dealing with?"
Mhm.
Or I've been on both ends of it, and
Right.
we're always
What
learning.
do you think of this?
Or I'll call Johnny Z up. You can ask him. I've called that man 100 times. Hey, had this go on. What do you think about that? Have you ever dealt with that before? Because no one has all the answers, you know. But they may have come across something similar in their experiences that you had never have, and therefore, what do you do as a smart individual? You ask, what did you do in that case? How did you deal with it? You know,
Who did you bring in?
who did you bring in?
What was
Or
effective?
So you got to ask those type of questions if you want to learn and become the type of investigator you need to become, because you know you can get in a real bad place in a real hurry doing this stuff.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go ahead and shut the show off. Don't forget that
This weekend, come and see us.
come and see him this weekend. Tickets still available. OctagonHallMuseum.com under events. You can check them out. Ending, closing things. I've been having. Okay, the dog wanted to talk a little bit.
Elijah's thrown his.
Oh, hey,
comments in.
I'm gonna give a shameless plug real quick before you shut her down. Please go to Instagram. I created a new page for the week because there's some cool stuff coming, guys. For the week.
Really cool.
And then you know when we get to that final phase, I want to have that because Facebook just is not good. So please go over there and hit a follow button for me on that, and I'll be posting some cool pictures that's probably never been seen before from the showing on History Channel and other upcoming stuff as it comes in, as I'm allowed to.
Yeah.
We
And
still have spots
well,
open.
people don't know Instagram is owned by Facebook. So
Yeah, we do still have spots open for our last sort of public training that will be at the week. You know, it's the last chance hope for anybody that wants to get in there before the week.
It'll be
is
in
no
the month
more.
of August.
Yeah, we moved it back to August because of some filming obligations and stuff. So, yeah, it's going to be sick.
With us.
Yes, with us.
Yes, you've never been at the week anytime better in August and the heat, double heat of
It's
August.
a training. Hey, new groups. It's a training opportunity in a very dark location.
It is a very good training opportunity with some great people.
I think I got the right one, Dave. I think I followed it today.
The new Instagram
Yeah.
got me in front of the Willows Weep tree.
Yeah.
Yep. I just created it because the Facebook one really pees me off, and I'm having to log in and log out of that thing all the time, and
It gets hacked all the time.
hacked 'cause
All the time.
You know, because of guys know why, but
Yeah.
it's going bye pretty soon, and I want to put everything on that new Instagram page so people can follow the Weep and not have a bunch of BS on there.
Excellent.
So,
Excellent. Well,
because even though when the Weep does finally go bye, when the Weep's no more, we're still going to talk about it because we can reference that as a dark case that all of us in here have been involved in at some point in time.
And then maybe we'll have
And,
another training lab
Oh yeah.
somewhere.
There's lots of neat. I cannot wait. There's lots. Not just with the Weep, but some other stuff that we've got brewing. Man, I cannot wait.
Stay tuned.
Just wait for the end of 2023 and 2024, because out of this group you're going to see some amazing stuff that's going to be coming down the pike.
Yep.
You're going to be really see it, and it's going to be an awesome time for everyone. Closing up the thing, I haven't let this lady talk too much, and that's such a shame. But I'm going
Tanya
to
and
give
Billy.
you.
I need to hear Tanya and Billy.
Well, I'm going to have them go next. We're going to have you for the last words. Have anything to say?
Para-unity is not real.
It could be real, but it's not at this.
Para family, however, is. Soul family is real.
Mm.
Don't believe the hype. Beth out.
Quotation marks.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Tanya, Billy.
Yeah,
Guys,
guys,
you want to make a TV appearance?
grab your tickets
No.
next weekend. It's going to be great. Just the energy of being around everybody at that event is going to be amazing. I highly encourage it.
Y'all gonna get to be there this time?
we're going to do the best we can. I don't know
All
about
right.
both nights, but we're going to push.
All right, cool.
We're going to try our best.
It
Oh,
was
yeah.
awesome. Last year was awesome, and I think this year could be
Yeah.
even cooler.
Do you see I have my thing on that you made me?
Yes.
I have not taken it off. I have worn it since the last time you told me to wear it.
Yeah,
I
and you
have
should
not
feel
taken it off.
good because I
And is
bought
it
her
still-
one, and she wears yours over the one I bought her before you got her, made her that one.
That's the thing.
That's
Is
it.
it helping?
It is
Yeah.
awesome. It is awesome. I will take the other one. The other one's Shungite. I will take.
You can layer them.
I love shungite. That's the
Yeah.
stuff right there.
Uh-oh. Woo.
Oh no! What happened?
It grows.
You had to say Shungite, didn't she?
There they are.
Sorry.
Put one higher and one lower.
Right.
I don't know. I might knock myself out.
Just don't run.
I mean with the stones.
Yes.
Oh.
It's a pleasure.
Well, I think some of us know where you keep your stones.
Yeah.
Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. I'm still Jenny from the block.
Right.
I've been around Beth a lot here lately, and man, you never know what she's gonna pull out. And the places she pulls it from. Wow. On that note, tune in to next week to see where else Beth puts her stuff.
We'll put the hat on backwards for that
Oh
comment.
my.
Uh-huh.
Y'all have a great night, and thank you for joining
Oh,
us.
sweet Jesus.
God bless you all. Stay strong in your.
Elijah
stay
says
strong in
bye,
your-
everyone.
Stay strong in your faith, and remember and define where you are. And if you do that, you're going to be fantastic, and you will grow immensely. Have a great night. We'll see you next week on Into the Fire.
Good night.
Hey.
Good night to all.